Good morning. How you guys doing? This is Mike back again with the thought of the day on April 7th, 2023. First, I want to give honor and praise to the Elohim of Israel for waking me up today and giving me the strength and the wisdom to bring you this message. Next, I'd like to open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Today I want to talk about gratitude and why am I so grateful. Today's topic is gratitude. I'm in this space in my life now where I wake up in the morning and I'll be extremely grateful for where I'm at now, because years ago I didn't think that I would even make it to this point. I didn't even think that I would make it to stay alive. So I made a list of things that I'm grateful for, and they are in no particular order, just what the Spirit had brought to me at the time. You get what I'm saying? The first thing I'm grateful for is the wife that I have now. We go through our things like normal married couples do, but I do know that she's has a zeal for the Most High and she loves God, and we both know who the Most High is, and that takes away a lot of the issues that other people go through that's not evenly yoked. I don't have to worry about arguing about celebrating holidays and presents and gifts and social media and going out to clubs, and I don't have to worry about none of that because we're both on the same board when it comes to serving the Most High and living a set apart life. The next thing that I'm grateful for is how that situation turned out. The case where my ex-wife was murdered, and it took over my life from 2009 to 2019. I'm grateful because a lot of men are in prison for things that they didn't do, and that very well could have been my fate. And the Most High had other plans for that. I'm grateful also because of my sobriety right now. Having the experience of going to rehab twice, and the second time having that gift of desperation and going through those 12 steps, and those steps changed my life. It showed me a way to get to the Most High. And after I had my awakening, all I wanted to do was serve God. So I'm grateful for that rehab experience and those 12 steps experience. Next, I'm grateful for finding my church, the Gathering of Christ Church, GOCC, and getting baptized. Once I came out of that water, I was indeed a new creature. Combined with the steps that I did before to clean me out, and then to go into that water and leave everything in there. When the deacon at my church told me you got a clean slate, it touched my heart, and it gave me more eagerness to be able to want to live and serve the Most High, because a lot of the things that I did in my life I thought I'd never be forgiven for, and I carried a lot of guilt and shame. And for him to say I had a clean slate, I just couldn't believe it, and I had tears of joy. I'm also grateful that the Most High allowed me to be sober through the pandemic. I couldn't imagine being stuck in the basement during that time, full of fear and anxiety. Instead, I was sober, still trying to find meetings and serving the Most High. I'm grateful for my job, being able to work with these kids and help shape their lives. Not only to work with them in recovery, but tell them about the Most High and what He does, and try to be a living example for them. I'm grateful that He chose me to get sober, because the deck was stacked against me. My grandfather, which is my mother's father, died from alcoholism at 45. I have family and friends that still suffer from this disease, but yet he chose me to bring out of this, to be able to go out and help people to get sober. And I'm just eternally grateful for that. A couple more things that I'm grateful for is he grabbed me out of the life of sin that I was living. And I remember the turning point. It was around 2011, 2012, and I got a phone call from my lawyer, Ron Venturi. And Ron told me, he said, Mike, I know you're worried about this case, but you got to get used to living like this, because most of these cases, they don't solve. And at that time in my life, I turned my back on God and I dove into sin. And I just proceeded to fornicate and just drink every day. And I really didn't care. I had developed a shared conscience. And if I would have died during that time, I would have definitely went to hell. And he reached down and grabbed me and pulled me out of that and said, no, I got something else for you to do. And he didn't have to do that. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. I'm also grateful because he gave me a chance to rewrite a portion of my life. When I was sinning and doing things, sometimes I used to think about, how am I going to feel when I'm 70 or 80 years old? And it's that when I'm on that deathbed and I got to sit there and think about, yeah, you did the basketball thing. You cared about kids and you wanted to help kids. But when it came to relationships, especially with women, what did you really stand for? All you really wanted to do was party and chase women. And I imagined that I had no time to go back and fix any of that stuff. And he gave me a chance to rewrite my life and to become a better person and be proud of myself at the end of this road. And he didn't have to do all of that. So they say a grateful alcoholic will never drink. And right now, I'm full of gratitude, because he allowed me to really say that I go to meetings and live this life because I said I took my last drink. And most people take their last drink right before their last breath. This brother Mike, enjoy your day, and remember, we always got to be grateful because things could be worse. Shalom.